Okay, hey guys, and welcome to a really quick update on the underwaterrealm.com. This is week 33, and in a few minutes' time we're going to be heading off to Raindance Film Festival. It's the 19th Raindance Film Festival in central London, and it marks exactly 1 year before all of our films have to be finished and premiering in London. So a little bit of a quick update. This week's been really great. We've been literally in the last week running up till filming. We've had a few really cool things going on. We've been over to Cornwall to play with a guy called David Evans, the head of the National Spitfire Society. Obviously, one of our films involves one of these wonderful, wonderful aircraft. They're just absolutely stunning to see up close, and we're working on a number of ways of including these in the short, both real ones, replicas, and some illusionary tactics there as well to get some in-cockpit detail. Another thing we've been working on this week is Eve's fear of sharks. We took the opportunity to go down to the National Marine Aquarium, which is actually the biggest aquarium in the UK, the second largest in Europe, and is only 40 minutes down the road from us. So we had a wonderful afternoon down there, getting Eve to literally face up to her fears. There's some really, really great sand tiger sharks there, which are vicious animals, but and one of the ugliest of the sharks in my opinion, but still incredibly graceful animals. So we took a look at them, some wonderful ray and some nurse sharks, and prepping Eve up. And she's gone from somebody who would frequently freak out if she saw a picture of a shark to being able to stand right up against the glass as they swim past. So we're working on through those barriers, and also got some great reference footage of some really, really interesting sea life. One of the other things we've been working on this week is storyboarding. You remember about, a couple of months back we did a video blog all about storyboarding and how to do the shorthand, so how to actually get those shots down on paper really, really, really fast, so that it's a good enough quality that you can see your story almost like a comic book. But I always mention taking those to the next level, so you can actually share them around and explain to your team exactly what is going on or what's happening up inside your head. So I've set myself up a little storyboarding cave this week to get me out of the office. Sometimes it's good for creativity just to not be at a desk and not be in an office environment, and actually get yourself away and chill out a little bit. So what we did, we found a small corner of an attic, and we set up a projector to shoot a computer screen straight up onto the ceiling. And I'm there then in a very comfortable chair with a wonderful Wacom Intuos 4 tablet, an old computer thrown together out of bits with a copy of Photoshop installed on it. A little bit of music coming off Spotify there, and we've got a completely chilled out, relaxed, creative environment for me to just lock myself away and churn through storyboards. Really good system. If you want any specifics on how we set it up, then feel free to get in touch. But one of the main benefits I find is that it allows you to storyboard at a cinematic level, rather than hunched over a piece of paper drawing a thumbnail that's a couple of inches wide. It actually really gives you that opportunity to almost simulate being in a cinema and see your image on a large screen and frame it appropriately. Another really interesting tip there, it's kind of a modification on Walter Murch's theory that whenever you're editing, you should have a small row of action figurines sat looking up at your monitor, just to remind you that that's what you're cutting for. You're not cutting necessarily for the web. When you're cutting for cinema, you're cutting for that big screen experience, and so you've got to kind of put yourself in the position of the audience. So really, really cool tip from Walter Murch there, and we've kind of adjusted that into our storyboarding workflow. Again, if you want any details on any of that, feel free to get in touch. But for now, I must dash because we've got to be at Raindance Film Festival very, very shortly, where our short film is going to be opening the festival, and then we're watching the amazing Another Earth, which we're really, really excited by, and then an awesome after party in Leicester Square. So we're off for a few costume fittings as well. It's going to be very, very hectic. We will catch you next week with all of those updates at theunderwaterrealm.com.